I would like to start recording. Thank you. My recording is live. And we know what happens when that goes off, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Oh my gosh. We have so much tea for today. So much tea for today. Are we on? I'm just reviewing everything for today. Going live in a few. Going live in a few. Testing, 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 testing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got about a minute. We got a minute. I'm so excited. Bro. Okay. Thank you. My favorite little alarm. Oh my word. Are we ready? Are we ready for the greatest Wasabi Wednesday you've ever experienced? Today's going to be mind bending, man. There is so much news going on today. It's going to be difficult to wrap this thing up in one. No, we do it. We do it. We go live every day, as long as I'm not feeling ill. And I got to be honest with you guys. Yesterday, I had a migraine, and it's weird. I've never had headaches my entire life, but a few weeks ago, when Rebecca and I got COVID, it knocked us out for 3 weeks. I didn't do the show for 3 weeks. 2 weeks was just recovery, in the last week with my congestion, and literally had zero energy to do anything. It was brutal, and I feel like I still have some residual of that, but it doesn't matter, man, because I'm feeling fantastic today. But I apologize for not being on with you guys yesterday. I needed to make sure that I got my headache taken care of, and we good today. So, are we ready to dive into the best business for breakfast show you've ever seen? Okay, good. Well, let's roll in, shall we? Okay, good. Well, let's start off with, you know, who we're talking to. And hold on a second. Let me just turn my little light that way. Yes, please. Okay, there we go. Come on now. Good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast, where business is the most important middle of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkle with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. Now, I know you guys aren't here for me. You never are. You're here for the morning mark because it is the most important thing. Justin, good morning, sir, and let's go. Okay. All right. The great thing about the morning mark is no prompts required, no drinks, no gear. It's just you and a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it don't matter. You pick one thing you will finish today, not a list, not 10, not three, just one. Now mark it mentally and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge, the moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. Your day is officially started. All right, my beautiful people, you drive, I dive, buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll. Oh my word. Now, before we jump in, you guys know I give little props here to my heart project. So every year I ride my bicycle from Dallas to Washington, D.C. There's no e assist in this bad boy, it's pure pedal power. But every year we do this for awareness of victims of financial crimes and Ponzi schemes. And so this is last year's shirt. We're in the process of making this year's shirt. It'll be a little different. But if you guys want to check out what we do, why we do it, go to ponzirelief.org. So that's ponzirelief.org. And you can read up about this heart project that Rebecca and I have. And it's really, like I said, man, you can't do what we do and sit across the table from people that have been taken advantage of, stolen from, and it not change your life. And I don't know, I just kind of felt like somebody needed to do something a few years ago, and this random crazy idea pops in my head. And it was supposed to be a 1 year event. And halfway through the first year's event, we hadn't even got the appellations yet. Rebecca and I were at a campsite, and she looks at me and she goes, I think I figured out the purpose of this ride. And I was like, okay. And she goes, it's to plan the rides. I was like, huh? What? We got to do this again? I was like, "Oh, man." And so, but I tell you what, man, the absolute beauty and brilliance of what we do, the amount of people that flag us down, that want to hear why we do what we do, the amount of people that cry as soon as we tell them, because I said this happened to my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and just the encouragement to keep going. And that's why we do this, man. It is. It takes a lot of sacrifice to make this happen, especially going into the month before, because training bumps up significantly. And it's all the last little minute stuff that we've got to get dialed in to make sure we're ready to go. And this year's going to be amazing, though, because usually it's me biking and Rebecca doing everything in the chase van. And so, but this year we get to divide and conquer. And I've got Just News on with us right now, who gets to be the navigator this year. And Rebecca gets to stay back and run the day to day of the accounting firm, and gets to handle all the PR, which is amazing, because when you're in the van, you're the navigator. You're basically my support vehicle. You handle all the video, all the editing, all the uploading, and you. Once I'm tired for the day, then we figure out where we're camping for the day. It is a full-time job just doing that piece of it, let alone running the day-to-day of the accounting firm and handling all the PR, which is enormous. And so, it's a big event for us. It's a lot of sacrifice. We bootstrap all this ourselves. We get no assistance, meaning we don't really get a lot of sponsors. But again, it's a heart project. So if you guys want to check it out, go to ponzirelief.org. But let's go ahead and dive into this day in history, because we got some crazy, crazy stuff that's going on. Okay. First and foremost, can we talk about, okay, um, no exaggeration, this day in history? Okay. 1840, listen to me, the Penny Black launches. And you're thinking, Penny Black, that's a name. That is maybe it's an exotic sports car, maybe it's a code name for something, No, the world's first adhesive postage stamp enters public service in the UK, making prepaid mail universally affordable. The original flat rate disruption started this day in history, 1840. The freaking self-adhesive stamp. This day, like, you're talking almost, because now it's 2026. So we're almost at 200 years of stamps that can lick themselves, basically. Right? Is this not crazy? And by the way, you guys know our agreement. My job is to make you guys laugh or learn a little. And your job, because we have a handshake agreement, which is anytime you hear that's us handshaking with rubber gloves. Okay. Your job is to like and subscribe. You guys know it's a pretty new show for us. Started it earlier this year. We're about 50 episodes in, and I can't wait till we hit 500 episodes, man. It's going to be awesome. But you guys make it happen. So trust me in this. The algorithm loves it when you guys give comments, give feedback, like, subscribe. It just lets them know I'm not, putting stuff out there into the air that nobody, it's not useful to anybody. And, the reason why we do this show every single day is to basically be that 1 hour church service for mom and pop venti shops like us. We go out to the world, we get beat up constantly. We challenge and question ourselves all day long. Why are we doing this? Why couldn't we just had a job working at, Lockheed or Boeing or some normal job? No, we decide that we're going to go and basically become the black sheep of everybody that we know because we feel this burden that we're supposed to do this thing. So this show is for us to learn a little bit because we don't have time to go to school. So every day, my job is to teach you one thing, you know. And to be honest with you, we need encouragement, we need inspiration, we need to laugh a little, man. We have a hard job. We have the hardest job on planet Earth, in my opinion, right? So that's why we do business for breakfast, man. It's for us, right? Mom and pop venti shops. It's for us. All right. What else? This day in history, 1889, the Eiffel Tower opens to the freaking public, built for the Paris World's Fair as a temporary structure. It becomes the most visited paid monument on planet Earth. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. My God, bro, today is mind bending. The next one, I've spent this one, dude, and I can't believe today's is freaking no way. You guys know Roger Bannister, right? The guy that broke the 4 minute mile. Humans thought it was impossible for humans to run faster than 4 minutes. 1954, Roger Bannister breaks the 4 minute mile, 359.4. Okay. He was in Oxford. And the reason why this is so amazing, okay, first of all, two things. One, it is the power of the mind, because when the mind thinks it can or the mind thinks it can't, it's right. He knew without a shadow of a doubt it could be done, which meant his brain just had to figure out how to make that happen. Okay. So that right there is the first thing. When the next time you're like, oh, I'm trying something impossible. Right. It goes back to what we always talk about, man. Which lens are you looking through? Okay. Every day you wake up and you have to decide, are you looking life through the blue lens or the red lens? Your choice, because you have to understand life is going to happen just like this in front of you, but you have to close your eyes and focus on one of the lenses. Which lens? Most of you wake up every day grumpy, upset, complaining as soon as you wake up, finding everything wrong in the world. That is red lens. That's red lens. The problem is when you're walking through life with red lens mindset, you can't ever see the blessings that are in front of you because you have to be looking through the blue lens to see that. Okay. The blue lens is the lens of um, opportunity, kindness, gratitude, love. It's just this place of no limits. That is the blue lens. So Roger Bannister wore the blue lens. It was like, wait a minute. It's not if, but how we do this, because it can be done. I know it can be. And can I tell you something else that was amazing about this? Um, Most of you don't know this, but I have severe, severe flat feet. And I mean, like, when I was a child, the doctor told my parents if I don't have major reconstructive foot surgery by the time I'm in high school, I'll be getting my high school diploma in a wheelchair. I used to walk with my feet out like this, just like this. My bones are deformed, and so they sit really flat on the ground. And if you know anything about me, I don't even get excited about anything unless what we're doing is impossible. So with severe asthma, basically broken feet, about I don't know, 15 years ago, I made a decision to go run a marathon. I know I couldn't even jog a mile without needing an inhaler for an asthma attack, and somehow I well I ran the half marathon only because the doctor I just went in. 3 days before to do a scan on my lower legs because they were throbbing. And he said, you know that you have like bone spurs, right? And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you can't run this event. I'm like, right, but I am going to run the event. He goes, okay, you won't run the marathon, but you look, I'm not even going to sign off on you doing the half, but you can't do the full. And so the morning of the race, I popped 2 hydrocodone because the pain was killing me, and I ran the half marathon. And the thing is, you have to understand about running. When I ran this, because everybody, the coaches, you need to go to the running store, you need to get on their treadmill and see how you pronate and all that BS. And then I ran this event, okay, with these New Balance sneakers that look like ski boots. Okay. They were so big and so heavy and so clunky that the only way you could tell which was left or right foot, because they literally had no arch. They were perfect rectangles with little, they were rounded. The only way you could tell is looking in the shoe, left or right. It was the only way. You couldn't tell by looking at the shoe. I get back from the event like it was horrible, and then I start doing all this research, and that's when I start studying at Roger Bannister, because he ran and broke the 4 minute mile in moccasins. Moccasins. There was no Phil Knight and Nike. No, no, no. You know that Nike invented an industry that needed no help. No help. Okay. As a matter of fact, Stanford switched to basically barefoot running and basically zero lift shoes because they realized that they got way less injury, they ran faster, and it was more correct running style for natural running style for the body. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. Didn't believe it could be done. He in moccasins. Yeah. You don't think that dude different? Oh, he was playa. Oh, he was. Okay. What else happened? No freaking way. No freaking way. Okay. Today is May 6th. Everything that I'm telling you, this one of the greatest days, this day in history I've ever read. I'm not even done yet. This day in history, 1937, Hindenburg disaster. Freaking catches fire today. Today, 36 people died. How was it more? How people escaped from that damn thing? Because we have video of this thing catching fire. Okay. This thing literally just turns into nothing. This thing just like basically falls to the ground as it's basically sinking. Crazy. What else happened? Mm. By the way, if you're listening, you just heard me sip some coffee. 1994, the Channel Tunnel opens. The rail link connecting Britain and France beneath the English Channel. Bro, the technology that we have to be able to do what we do is insane. How we could literally put a tunnel that doesn't hold water underneath a channel, like ocean water. Huh? How do you dig it, put the tunnel in place, make it where it doesn't leak, or it doesn't press on itself, then you can drive cars through it. Like, what? That was 1994, bro. You want to know who has got a famous birthday today? Freaking Sigmund Freud, 1856. Freud, birthday today, bro. Orson Welles, birthday today. Oh, no way, bro. No way. Tony Blair, him and remember George Jr., best friends. Tony Blair's birthday's today, 1953. 1961, George Clooney was born. Yeah, bro. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Fun fact for today. And you guys know we got to rank these in gold, silver, and metal winners. And today is going to be difficult because they're all three amazing national days. Okay. It's going to be difficult, but we'll do it together. And remember, in the comments, you just put it in there. Okay. But today is, listen to this, no diet day. Okay. That is like huge, but we're not done yet. It's also National Beverage Day. Okay. But also National Nurses Day. All three of these are amazing. All three of these are amazing. Okay, 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 okay. If I had to rank, this is just me. Okay. First, my selfish need wants to put no diet day as the gold, but I'm not. I'm going to put National Nurses Day as the gold winner. Yeah. But right behind that, a close second for silver is going to be no diet day. And then for me, National Beverage Day is the bronze. Now you have to understand, I've been sober since 2010. So if I was a craft beer drinker, I feel like that would have definitely slid up more. But no diet day, nurses day definitely is going to take the top spots on that. But what do you guys think, man? Don't forget, it's also day 3 of National Small Business Week. Okay. And by the way, don't forget that the SBA has been running this summit the last couple of days, this virtual summit. And one of my clients actually is going to be jumping on talking about AI. And that's actually a big thing that we're going to start doing this month, actually, is having our very first AI training for our business owners, because I've been a steady user for years. I love it. I enjoy it. It really helps compress time and really allows us to be, it's like the bionic version of us, right? You get out of it as much as you put in. And I've told everybody this time and time again, bro. The most important skill that you can learn, you're hearing my voice. The most important skill that you can learn right now is something called prompt engineering. You have to learn how to talk to the AI. Now, the great thing is over the years, we go from less programming to now the AI basically can do its own programming. So now it's more responsive to just basic speech. But how articulate are you on your speech? You know, that's the key. How you talk to it will give you your answers and your results. Okay. So, but what do you guys think about this day in history? Pretty amazing, right? I knew today was going to blow your mind. And you guys know, by the way, this show is for us, small business owners, mom and pop Venti shops. And Venti does not mean large. Thank you, Starbucks. It means 20. The mom and pop brick and mortar service industry. That's our baby, man. We've been servicing you guys since 1968, man. Rebecca and I had the amazing honor of taking over this 50-year-old company from the last surviving owner years ago. And now we're really focused on the next 50 years. And if you guys want to hear about what we do and check it out, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. Accountingplusaccountability.com. And it's spell out the word plus. And you'll see a couple things on there. One, you're going to see our 2x profit guarantee. The first year we take you on as a client. We handle all your financial transactions like everybody else does in the business, but we spend as much time focusing on, yes, we'll document last month's transactions, but because of the level of incompetence that this person exhibited. And then from that point, I was like, no, I know how to do this. I'm going to build a company for us, mama pop Venti shops. And so, if you guys want to, find out what we do, there's a little gold button up there that says talk with AA Ron. That's me. It links right to my calendar. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can ask a question. There's a little button there to go see the YouTube channel, to see all the other past shows. Everything's kind of there at Accounting Plus Accountability. Okay. But you'll see, we assign all of our business owners into peer advisory groups. Like it's a true partnership that we have for our amazing clients. Okay. But now, if we can, I'd like to jump into some juicy news. Juicy news. Oh my God, we have so much to talk about today. Like so much to talk about. Okay. If I can, I'm going to give you a little bit of highlight here. Now, don't forget, National Small Business Week is at full throttle. Okay. And our village is officially in the driver's seat of this economic renaissance today. We're tracking a massive $110 billion regulatory win as the deregulation strike force clears your deck. And a final call for the SBA's virtual summit, where AI secrets are being handed out for free, from a permanent victory for our 20% tax shield QBI deductions to our critical dirty dozen warnings for your phone lines. Here is the mission critical intel to protect your margins today. You guys ready for our juicy news? All right. Today, the top story, SBA Virtual Summit Day 2, the AI and fraud protection finale. Today, okay? So the session's running from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Today's track focuses heavily on AI-driven digital marketing and cybersecurity for Venti shops, including how to verify new citizens-only loan requirements. Bro. Okay. And you guys know, man, we talk about the 7 plates of business almost every day here. I'm finishing the book. The book will, I'm telling you right now, bro, I'm just going to say it. It will be on Amazon, ready to buy before it's going to be that's right now, first Monday in June. And I've got everything basically written. I'm down to the last few chapters, cleaning it up, and I got everything submitted to Amazon so that at least I can make sure the digital copy is up. But the reason why it's such a big deal for us is because the IT plate, it's a zero cost way to learn how your peers are finding 5, 10, 15 hours of week of productivity. I keep telling you guys this. AI compresses time. Okay. Like just a tiny example. Last year, you have to understand, we wrote our entire HR manual from AI. Do you understand what that process looked like even up to like 10 years ago? Okay. I'm not exaggerating. You'd have to go HR manual, because back in the day, you had to go consultant who wasn't working at a company full time, or maybe you found something that was full time HR and they had a side consulting gig where they would help small companies do their employee manuals. And so, but you'd have to hire a consultant, usually 5 to 10,000 retainer. Took about a year, okay, 6 months to a year of working on it every single week with you and the consultants, okay, knocking out your HR manual. Yeah, no, we basically had the first draft done in 10 minutes, and we spent the next couple months just tweaking it. Didn't cost us anything other than the 20 extra bucks for the AI Pro version. Yeah, uh-huh. Compressing time. Compressing time. All of the, high dollar, legal, accounting, all that stuff, so much of it can be done through the research of AI. You still need the professional to basically back it, okay, and put their name on it. But in the end, man, I'm telling you, it is unbelievable how much time this saves you. Literally, I just did this training last week for you guys on how we compress 40 hours of HR work into 4 hours a week of onboarding new team members. I'm telling you, and it's all because of AI and efficiencies. Systems and processes run the business, right? So, big story for us, man. A big story for us. All right. What else is going on in the news today? Deregulation strike force eliminates 110 billion in small business costs. So here's a story. White House announced this week that its deregulation strike force has successfully eliminated over 110 billion in regulatory costs for small business in just the last year. Dude, this is huge. The initiative includes the termination of the Obama era joint employer rule and a suspension of the invasive beneficial ownership. Remember the boy reporting that we've had to do last few years, right? Suspension of it. Dude, this new administration, and again, I disagree with a lot of what the administration is doing. But what you can't deny is this administration is definitely pro small business, bro. I have seen more work in small business and relieving the burden of small business more in the last year than I have probably the last 20 years in small business regulation, SBA, governmental policies, changes, that type of stuff. I'm telling you, man, for us mom pop venti shops, regardless if you are blue or red or if you're conservative, or lib, it does not matter. You can't deny the new administration is definitely small business friendly. Definitely. Okay. But why this is such a big deal for us? Because you guys know plate two is the accounting plate. With billions in compliance taxes removed, we can now shift our focus from all this back office paperwork crap that we have to do to hiring, reinvesting back into our business, which is back into the local community in which we live and work, right? We don't have to worry about all this bureaucratic crap, kind of bottlenecking us and suppressing us because of all the paperwork and all the red tape we have to jump through. This is huge, huge, people, huge. I'd say two woots, definitely a two woot, definitely a two woot. What else is going on? Bro, wait. This is enormous, 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 enormous. Okay. Working families get the permanent 20% QBI deduction. It's permanent. Did you hear what I said? It is permanent. Senate Finance Chairman Mike, and please, Mike, if I pronounce your last name wrong, it's not because it wasn't on purpose, but his last name being Crapo, okay, confirmed this week that the Working Families Tax Cut Act has officially made the 20% QBI, small business deduction, permanent. This ensures over 25 million independent business owners avoid a massive tax cliff that was originally scheduled for the end of the year. Pass-through deduction. Now, let me explain something to you, by the way. This is for pass-through entities. You, Schedule C small business that does everything off of your 1040, this does not work for you. And you understand that the highest tax entity in the United States of America is not a W 2 employee. It's a sole prop or partnership small business. That's right. Because you, as the owner, and because you have to put all this on your Schedule C. Number one, at the bottom of your tax return, right, your Schedule C, whatever that number is, that is all considered taxable income to you. And because you are the employee and the business owner, you have to pay 100% of the what we call social service taxes, your Social Security, your Medicare, all that stuff. 15.3%. W 2 employees have to pay half that. The employer pays the other half. But as a sole prop and partnership, you have to pay 100% of that because you are both the owner and the employee. Right. And also, you don't get the 20% QBI deduction because it's not a pass-through entity. And also, you're the highest chance of being audited by the IRS. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All true. By the way, If you need a little help with this and you're like, hey, Aaron, I've been like Schedule C and 1040 forever. To be honest with you, I hate paying all these taxes. Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to move you to an S Corp and we're going to immediately minimize the social service taxes. Huge. If your business does more than 100,000 a year in profit, revenue after, your expenses, we definitely need to have a conversation. Go to accountingplusaccountability.com. There's a gold button up there that says talk with AA Ron. That's me. Do that. Schedule it. Or scroll down a little bit and there's a place to ask a question and it'll take you to our question page. I'll reply back or answer it on air. Okay. So big stuff, man. I need you guys hearing this stuff. This is huge for us owners, but you got to be a certain type of business to take advantage of it. And this right here is basically the guarantee why everybody has to do this. It's mandatory, man. It is mandatory. But here's the deal. The reason why this is so big is because it allows you as the owner to put more money back in your pocket. You understand how this works, right? Gross revenue, top. You're looking at P&L, gross revenue. Right below that is your COGS, right? If you're a mechanic, the cost of parts. If you're a restaurant, your cost of food. That's cost of goods sold, right? So right there's COGS. And then you get the net number. So gross revenue, subtract COGS equals gross profit. Then we take gross profit, and then we've got all the line item expenses, pest control, accounting, phone service, whatever, merchant processing, all that expenses, deductions. Then there's a hard line on the page, and the number below that is either your profit or your loss. Right there, right there. Okay. So let's just say you've got, you show 20,000, or let's just say make it easy, $100,000 profit at the end of the year after everything. 20% of that comes right off the top and is wiped. 20%. $20,000 gets wiped from taxable income. So now you're only responsible for the 80,000, and then everything else applies to that. Standard deductions, blah blah, everything else. Yeah, dude. It's insano. It's so amazing for us as owners. We've never seen this stuff before. Ever. Oh my God, dude. This is a huge story. SBA hits record 45 billion and 7A and 504 loan guarantees. 45 billion. Bro, literally, one of our clients right now is doing this right now. He's a manufacturing company, and the SBA, the administration is heavily incentivizing manufacturing back to the U.S. And literally unlocking so much money for these manufacturers, and quite literally, like my client, my friend David, who's getting this done, literally his rep, his SBA county rep, is like, you don't understand. I have a quota I have to meet on this. As long as the business falls under these NAIC codes, right? This money is available to you, and I have a quota that I have to meet, bro. When have you ever heard the SBA say that? Never, never, dude. Under the new Administrator Kelly Loeffler, this what they've done already, unlocking 45 billion in loans to more than 85,000 small businesses. This is huge, man. But they're not done yet. They want to literally put 100 billion back in making onshoring great again. That's what they're saying. Make onshoring great again. This is not MAGA. This is MAGA, MOGA, MOGA. We got to make onshoring great again, bro. So for us business owners, I don't think you understand how big this is for us. If you're in manufacturing, you got to take care of this. And we've got lots and lots of resources for you for this. We spend half of our time doing paperwork and doing this administrative stuff for our clients. So, if you guys need help with that, go to accountingplusaccountability.com and you can schedule a little time to talk with me about anything. You can ask a question, scroll down a little bit, and you get to us, no problem. What else is going on in the news today? Bro. Okay. 1099 threshold officially indexed for inflation at $2,000. Okay. So you guys know that for like the last 10 or 15 years, there was a law passed that basically we had to 1099 anybody that we paid more than $600 to. And this is including vendors that come out and do work for us. We're supposed to 1099 every single business. But every year, the administration puts that off for a year or two. They'll push it. They'll kick that can down the road a little bit. They'll kick the can. Every year or two, It's like, is it coming back this year? And you guys know we do annual tax updates at the end of the year, all of us, to get all the updates going in next year. And I'm not kidding. Like, this was a huge, huge deal, bro. And every year, it's like, are they going to make it? Are they going to implement it, or are they going to kick the can? And it's always kick the can. But now it's official. So the reporting threshold for the 1099 NEC and 1099 MIS miscellaneous, it's officially jumped to 2000, and now it's permanently indexed for inflation, meaning every year, right? Like, goes up. Okay. Starts at 2000, then it goes up. So this right here, again, its purpose is to minimize the weight that our owners feel. I always say our owners literally have two elephants, one in each shoulder, weighing them down. Our job as back office support is literally to put those damn things in the sauna and help them lighten the load. We can't remove the elephants, and this is the same thing. This is designed to lighten the load of the shoulders of our business owners. It's literally a paperwork trap, no matter how it's done, and it's designed to put all of the weight and pressure off the backs of small business. Yeah, it's horrible, to be honest with you. But you have to understand what we're dealing with here. I don't know, since the beginning of time, is all the people that live in the castle on top of the hill. They never come down the hill village and hang out with us peasants. They just don't. And the difficult thing is they have a very hard time understanding what we're going through because they never come and hang out with us. They never eat with us. They stay up there, they talk amongst themselves, they pass all these rules and regulations designed, but they don't go down and see how it affects the people in the village. This Somebody's listening. Somebody's got the ear of the current administration, and it's amazing. Something that is going on you guys need to know about, and this is a biggie for us business owners. It's the IRS Dirty Dozen alert. AI-enabled voice mimicry scams. Okay, this is going on right now. You guys know you can do this right now. There's a lot of websites. Go and you can go clone your voice. Okay, so the IRS released a specific Small Business Week warning regarding sophisticated AI voice cloning. Scammers are now using a voice snippets from social media or public appearances to mimic a business owner's voice over the phone, tricking staff into authorizing urgent, fraudulent wire transfers. What? What? No way. Wow. This is unbelievable, man. When you see about and you just think about the implications of this. I don't really worry about it being like small business like us because, first of all, you have to usually the owner is the one that has to deal with the money. So the owner is going to clone his own voice and speak to himself. This is medium to larger businesses where there's a comptroller, CEO, and it's easy to find who does what. That I mean, first of all, the criminals are absolutely brilliant, but they're never going away. And this is a big one, man. So, protocol for you guys, easy cheesy. Make sure that you've got other elements aligned, like you have code words between you guys. You have text messages, emails that kind of go through something. You've got to have something, code words, whatever it is, to make sure, because that's just the time we live in now. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? So, but great story for us, and we need to really pay attention. What else is going on in the news today? Amazon opens logistics network to independent businesses. So, Amazon announced yesterday that it's opening its vast logistics and fulfillment networks to all businesses, regardless of whether they sell on Amazon platform. I freaking told you. I freaking told you. Telling you that Amazon, USPS competitor. Bro, I watched this 15 years ago, man. No, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Amazon started running a competing USPS and testing it in India. At the same time, they had their own air base in Canada where they were training drone pilots for delivery. And the thing about Amazon, you have to see their business model. Everything that they build and engineer, they scale out like 10x for the purpose of making that a standalone business model where they basically use all the resources they need. Doesn't cost Amazon anything because it's offset by revenue of other customers that utilize the same service, whatever it is. AWS is a perfect example. That was set up for Amazon, but they knew they had to scale it so it could pay for itself. And so Amazon was the first one in the corporate storage space for 7 years before the competition. 7 years, bro. And they are huge, man. Same thing here. I've been telling you guys for 10 years. It is not if, but when you need to ship a package to grandma and you don't want to use USPS anymore and you can just ship it and you're not sending a product, you're just shipping something. What did I just read? Yep, it's opening its vast logistics fulfillment network to businesses, regardless of whether they sell on Amazon platform. Small retailers can now use Amazon's, they call it last mile capabilities to own direct to consumer shipping. I freaking told you, bro, this is enormous. You know that it was a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, because on every quarterly call, public trade companies have to basically state the industries they're in. And Amazon for years and years had all you fooled that they were just a big retailer like Walmart. And I was like, you guys are morons. I mean, I'm telling you, anybody that thought that, sorry, but you got to wear the scarlet letter M for moron. You just have to. Because I'm telling you, if you just zoomed out, you could see what Amazon was doing, bro. You could see this. And I'm telling you, this little concept about 5 years ago, Amazon for the first time put on their quarterly call that they were in the logistics space, and the next day, FedEx canceled their contract with Amazon. And I was like, did none of you morons at UPS and FedEx and USPS, as you're taking Amazon's millions, did none of you morons understand that they were literally, you were taking their millions as they were creating the competitor? FedEx was like, yeah, well, we're no longer doing business with you. And USPS, they love that money, so they take it. But there's not going to be a USPS handling Amazon packages for very much longer. There's not going to be a USPS handling mail or packages for very much longer. You don't know what they're building, bro. You don't. It's big, bro. It's big. The thing is USPS can't go out of business because in America, we love duopolies, not monopolies. We love twos. We just hate ones. So we love Walmart and Amazon. We love Microsoft and Apple. We love OS and Android, right? We love CVS, Walgreens. We love Coke and Pepsi, right? We must have USPS for them to not be a monopoly because they are going to be the largest delivery of mail-in packages, period. Worldwide. Worldwide. Bro, you don't know what they're building, bro. You don't know. What else is going on in the news today? NFIB pushes for right to repair, gain small business momentum. Yes, yes, and more yes. I swear to God. NFIB, I love you. First of all, you have great PR, bro. You guys are in the news every week, talking about how you are championing small business. That is amazing. Okay, but the push to stop large manufacturers from using anti-competitive software that locks out the independent shops. Like, let me give you an example. So Porsche, I've had a bunch of them. And you've got to use a mechanic that subscribes, first purchases the Porsche software that reads it, but also subscribes to their insanely expensive annual updates. That's the reason why most shops can't work on these. And typically the shops that do specialize in Europeans. So because they're basically like, look, the amount of software expense that we have to put in for Mercedes, for Audi, for Porsche, for these guys, it's basically all we can focus on. We can't do Chevys and Fords and a bunch of stuff because we've got to pay for this software. But now, yep. So we are trying to make this, and NFIB is pushing hard for this, the right to repair, giving like small shops, the ability to repair these cars that typically could only be worked on by expensive dealerships and shops that generate a lot of money, right? But the independent guy, mom and pop venti shop, could never do that unless that's all you did. You get it? And FMB's pushing to open that up, which is huge for us, bro. It is huge for us. What else is going on in the news today? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Fed hold rate steady at 3.5 to 375. Now, I am telling you, again, mark my words, bro. As soon as Jerome is out in May, he's out this month. Okay, you are going to see a decrease in the rates as soon as the new administration's Federal Reserve chairman steps in, because that dude supports the administration. He's not going to war, with his boss like Jerome does with Mr. Orange Man. Okay. So big deal, big deal. Okay. And I'm expecting, here's my guess. This is what I am predicting this. Within 60 days of the new federal chairman stepping in, we're going to see a drop 0.25 to 0.5. And then by the end of the year, another 0.25 to 0.5. So I'm predicting by the end of the year, a 50 basis points to 100 basis points drop in our interest rate, which is designed to really just boost everybody to go spend. The thing that kind of bothers me though about this is I haven't heard much about this since the beginning of the year. Trump was supposed to be putting a cap on credit card interest to 10%, and he threatened all the credit card companies to do that. You know what I realized? Wow. Because Trump and Jamie Dimon are really good friends, like really good friends. And Jamie Dimon, bro, is one of the most dangerous human beings on earth. Not because he's a bad dude. I mean, he could be, but you wouldn't know it. But it's because he controls literally the largest bank on earth, which is Chase Bank, right? JP Morgan. And these guys literally, you talk about too big to fail. They're too big to fail. And the reason he stopped talking about this, my gut tells me Jamie Dimon and Mr. Orange Man had a conversation, and Jamie Dimon said, look, this is going to kill our stock price. It's going to reduce our revenues, our profits. Can you hold off on this? And you have to understand, bro, Mr. Orange Man is a very loyal dude, bro. Very loyal dude. And he will make that happen for Jamie Dimon. For him specifically. I bet you that's why we're not talking about it. Because I think he's got a couple really close friends high up in the banking industry that said, hey, can't do it. It's going to affect our stock price. And you understand Mr. Orange Man is big on stock price, market performance. Let me get rid of this M for moron. Okay. Now, what else is going on, bro? I'm about to finish up here because the Wasabi Wednesday, the tea that I have for you today is going to blow your mind off of your body. Okay. Insane. But a couple really cool things. Okay. AI adoption hits 82% of small businesses. This is huge. The median stack now 5 tools. So, tech use survey, 82% of small business employers have invested in AI tools, with medium operators now using 5, typically a core assistant, a creative tool, a CRM, and accounting. And I don't know why they put a bunch of stuff in for AI, but the core assistant, chat, Claude, Gemini, okay, creative tool, Canva, but you also have Google's Nana Banana imaging tool, which is insane. CRM, and it says HubSpot, which, by the way, is great, but I don't know if they're like AI. Okay. Chatbot, and they say TDO is fantastic, and accounting AI, QuickBooks and Zero. I'm like, what? We use QuickBooks, and there ain't no AI in any of that crap. So I think what they're saying is business owners are feeling more comfortable to use tools to give them leverage in time, leverage in efficiencies. Okay. What's happening right now. But like, here's the thing. If you're one of the business owners that hasn't started doing anything, I tell everybody, go sign up for chat, do the $20 option, and just hang out and watch it change your life. Then you can graduate to other tools. So for me, I know it's weird. I started off being exclusively chat until everybody else started using the tools, and now I almost never use it. But for me, Gemini and all Gemini's tools, Notebook LM, Canvas, Nana Banana, I just love them. Gemini is fantastic. Grok, I love for data. like data and legal. Like, you have any questions about legal, whatever, bro? The Grok data is insano. Okay, like Grok is not playing around. Okay, and then you always wonder, like, the version that we have access to as mere mortals. Don't you just wish that you could hang out and like be Elon Musk for one day to see what he has access to? Because his version of Grok is running unfiltered, bro. Unfiltered, bro. Okay. His version of Grok is a clone of himself. Okay. So I use Grok. Then I use Claude constantly. I use Perplexity constantly. Um, those are like the big ones for me. Um, yeah. Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, Grok every day, all the time. So, and for you guys, just jump in and start using one, and you will notice this thing changing your life instantly. Changing life instantly, man. Like before I did the call today, I loaded in because we had our staff meetings yesterday, and we got our core group. It's like the core 5 people, and then the executive council, and it's like the core plus a few others. And basically, these 2 meetings are what gives direction for the week, the quarter, the year. Okay. And so, literally this morning, I was basically taking all that. So as soon as I finish the meetings, I'm able to take the transcript, and I've got prompts written that basically will give me my side level summary and then the email to the team, all done through AI. I just feed in the transcript. Also, I've got, and then I fed it in right before I looked at today of the action items and next steps and meetings I need to set from my summary notes. Yep, does it all for me. It's waiting on me right now. I know, crazy, right? So, I mean, today's juicy news, pretty insane, right? Absolutely pretty insane. Well, check this out. Okay. You think this is insane. You have no concept of the Wasabi Wednesday, the gossip and tea that's coming up. But before we jump into it, and trust me, this is my favorite time of the entire week because it is going to blow your mind. But by the way, everything we talk about here, business related wise, if you guys have questions about any of this stuff, if you need some strategy, consulting, whatever it is, you've got your business you need to start, you've got an idea for a business you need to start, you're stuck, we're your resource. Go to accountingplusaccountability.com and accountingplusaccountability.com, and you'll see a little gold button up there that says talk with Aaron. That's me. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Scroll down a little bit. You want to ask a question, you can go there. It goes to our question page. Ask a question, reply back to you, read it on air. But you'll see we're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 10x profit or 2x guarantee. Only accounting firm that has peer advisory groups designed to be your own personal executive council, your own personal board of directors. Like, who does that? But it's because the way we're wired as small business owners, not accountants, we get to build this company for us, mom and pop venti shops. And what do we need more than anything? Freaking help. We need help. We feel like we've been in an island by ourselves all this time, bro. And we're not, man. There's lots of other black sheep around us. There is. It is going to be a blast, bro. So if you guys need help, accountingplusaccountability.com. Spend some time, chat with me. Now, I have to tell you guys about the red hot tea that we've got going on. Now, for Wasabi Wednesday, these are the biggest stories going on. Something just happened yesterday that most, literally, it's in now. And so I want to say a quick little, little minute, 10 seconds of silence for Daryl and his family. Most of you don't realize is the TV persona is not the real persona. I'm one of the few people, and so much of the independent people on YouTube, what you see is what you get. But on TV, that's not the case. What you see here is what you get. Anybody that knows me, anybody that hangs out, all of our clients, anybody that's in my world knows this is AA Ron. What you see is what you get, but not on TV. And the amount of turmoil that these individuals face is unbelievable, man. It's a heavy weight. So real quick, 10 seconds, just honoring the family of Daryl. All right, let's do it. A little moment of silence for Mr. Daryl Sheets and his family. He is no longer suffering, which is great. His family's suffering big time. And so I don't know how that happens, how the business takes over. I know his son has been helping him with a lot of that stuff. And so it's a big weight, man. It's a big weight. All right. Now, can we give three? No, no, no. I never do this. This is going to be a woot, four woot story. Are you ready? Four woots. The war is finally over. Blake and Justin finally settle. It ends with us, has finally ended, bro. Yes, yesterday, because we were 2 weeks out from trial. And you know who got deposed? Mrs. Swifty. Yeah, bro. And bro, Ryan, Swizzle, and Blake have all been annihilated with their fans. Annihilated, bro. Yesterday, they finally settled. After 18 months of litigation, eight-figure legal fees, they finally settled out of court. A judge threw out 10 of Blake's 13 claims last month. They're now calling it creative collaboration focused on survivors. Yeah, whatever. Okay. They're just masters of PR. And in the end, when everything got thrown out a month ago, the attorney's like, you don't have a case. Matter of fact, they threw out all cases against Justin personally. They were only basically going after his business. That was it. You knew they had to settle. There's not a chance on planet Earth that T Swizzle will ever take the stage and the stands talking about text messages. Not a chance. And you know for a fact, Swizzle, because Swizzle and Blake have not been friends the last couple of years. Okay. After Swizzle got thrown on the bus, yeah. And Blake basically was like, either you support me or I'm going to leak all the text messages. That's when Swizzle was like, yeah, we're going to war. We're going to war. And that gal has done the best job I've ever seen at managing her image through PR. Swizzle, I'm talking about. This really did a major ding on her image, big time. What else is going on? Bro, Royal Gala snub. Harry and Meghan were no shows at the Met Gala. Everyone expected their huge NYC debut. Instead, crickets. By the way, this is the cricket image. These are the cricket legs making cricket noises. You can't hear it, obviously, because I'm a human, but this is what cricket legs. So I'm giving you the cricket. Okay. They just got back from their huge commercial tour in Australia. And it was also an enormous flop that literally nobody wanted to come see this chick because she is oh my God, I finally get to say it. Megan is a moron. This chick is the most unlikable human being on earth. But because she has money and she has PR and she's got grit, she keeps trying to infuse what she thinks she is the dark-haired younger version of Martha Stewart. And let's be honest, this bitch can't even carry Martha's bags. Okay, let me just tell you, bro, not even close. Martha is nothing but class. She is nothing but authentic. She is just a normal human being that everybody on planet Earth loves, including Snoop Dogg. Ain't nobody dig this chick, including her hubs. Okay. So now, supposedly, they're doing good, and Prince William is, it's got maintaining firm boundaries and all this crap. Yeah, whatever. The brothers are still not speaking. Can you believe this crap? And one of those bros is taking over as king. Yeah, king. That's your brother, and you're not on good terms. Mm, you might want to fix that before your pops passes away. Yeah. Oh my God. You guys know I'm obsessed with housewives. Not like housewives. Okay, I've been married to the greatest housewife on planet Earth. I say housewife. We're partners. Okay, she's not a housewife. Um, I'm talking about Housewives of Beverly Hills. You guys know this. If you've listened to me more than 5 minutes, you guys know I'm obsessed with this show. And this week is the reunions, and I am chomping at the bit for the episode 3 of this year's reunion. I've seen the first 2, obviously. Hello, bro. The dirt and the fire between Kyle and Dorit is insane. But by the way, haven't you all noticed Dorit's getting crazy? Like, I think when she was with PK did a great job of turning her down. Okay, turning her crazy down. But we also know that crazy is crazy, which means that those in their circle of trust see the crazy. PK saw the crazy. No matter what, she's always right. She's never wrong. As soon as you start talking and you got a point, she dismisses you. Bye bye. No, the bitch will literally say bye-bye and walk from you. Does not care about you whatsoever. It is the Dorit show. Has always been the Dorit show. This chick shows up an hour and a half, 2 hours late for everything, including um, private air travel. Literally will leave everybody hour and a half waiting. Pilots, everybody waiting while she does her BS, bro. That is her. The Kyle versus Dorit friendship, it is disintegrated, bro. Disintegrated. Dorit claims Kyle was the only one who spoke to her at Alexia's wedding, but it was calculated. Dude, you're lucky she even said anything. And you know the thing about Dorit is it, let's say Kyle didn't speak to her. You know what happened? Dorit would be complaining. Kyle didn't say anything to me. I was at her wedding, didn't say anything to me. And as soon as Kyle, literally, who doesn't want to talk to Dorit because Dorit is all about herself, like she lives in her own universe, okay? She goes up and she wants to be friendly. And instead of Dorit saying, you know what, I appreciate that. You know, we're kind of at odds here. And she came out of her way to talk. No. She came up to me, but it was like calculated and robotic. Bitch, what do you want, man? Like, you got to chill, bro. You got to chill, okay? But I am dying for number 3. And I got to tell you something, bro. Rebecca and I have found a new housewives that we love. And trust me, I've seen them all. Okay. Love Miami, waiting for the new season Miami, waiting for Miami girls. Okay. Housewives of freaking Rhode Island. Bro, just imagine Housewives of Miami, Housewives of New York, also love that one. And then Housewives of New Jersey. Okay. Put them all together. And that is Housewives of Rhode Island. Bro, it is fantastic entertainment. A lot of them I don't dig. Okay. A lot of them I'm just not down with. But Rhode Island, it's a good one, man. Housewives of BH, those are always my OG queens. Love you. I know Orange County was like the official OG, but it's definitely Beverly Hills that has been that for me and Rebecca for years. What else is going on with some of the tea? Is Travis Kelce hanging it up? Is this dude retiring? No freaking way. NFL season's approaching. Sources close to the Chiefs say Travis is looking more at Hollywood and podcasting like his bro than the end zone. And with you, hasn't he kind of like worked his way out? Now, mind you, he's still great. He does a great, he's great. But I kind of feel like when we lost Brady, we kind of lost that too. Like when it was like the Travis Kelce like hierarchy was like when Tom Brady was at his top. So when Tom Brady retired, it's like Kelce was also coming, kind of going downhill from there too. I'm not saying that had anything to do with it. I'm just saying I felt like his heyday was back when Brady was still playing, winning Super Bowls, right? But huge, huge, huge. And look, is this wedding going to really happen? Is this a publicity stunt? Or are these two really in love? First 6 months or so, first year, it was like, oh yeah, they're definitely in love. Now it's like, it's just PR. And Taylor's using it to get attention away from the Blake and, Justin garbage. I don't know, bro. We'll see if the wedding happens, which it will happen because it's going to be the wedding of the year and you can't miss up on all that PR. But how long will it last? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? I don't know, bro. To me, she's not a chick that can basically keep a dude for very long. And it's not anything to do with her. I just think it's her lifestyle and everything she's got going on is like that. But at the same time, I do dig Swizzle because she's not a girl that's big on drugs and all that stuff. So she's very disciplined. She's very clean. She's got a very like normal, like homey lifestyle. I say that like I know, like we're best friends. I'm going to her house this afternoon. But I mean, just from what we know, as mere Liebchens, what else is going on, bro? Erica Jane's revenge twist. So the Marco lawsuit just got weirder. So Christopher Sila, the Marco reportedly bought Erica's $25 million line for $2 million just to dismantle it from the inside. Bro, I didn't even know you could do that. You could buy somebody's lawsuit. What? What? So the law firm that brought it basically decided they sold it for $2 million cash. That's insane. Okay. So this chick obviously really looks after her. Okay. This is how I'm reading this story. I'm reading it for the first time. Okay. But also she's got a psycho boyfriend. Like this dude, Delta Force, bro, John McPhee, her boyfriend, This dude got literally dishonorably discharged as a Delta 4 here. I don't know if you just heard what I said. Like, you've got Navy SEAL, and everybody thinks they're like the creme. You're a moron if you think Navy SEAL, because there's tiers of Navy SEAL, like tier 2, tier 1. Tier 1, these are the guys, are the extraction guys, like SEAL Team 6. That's tier 1. That is still like gold, silver, bronze. That is still bronze. Navy SEAL tier 1, SEAL Team 6 is still bronze level. Okay. You've got Delta Force, right? You've got Green Berets. You've got CIA paramilitary. This dude, Delta Force, Delta, everybody knows Delta is always gold medal. These dudes are insane. Okay. Insane. This dude got dishonorably discharged for bad behavior. A Delta Force operative. You don't think this dude's psycho? Go on YouTube, watch him when he does his target practice and shooting. He looks away. He's like, watch, just look away. Ting, 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 ting. No, crazy dude. Okay. So Erica's got some good people around her, and she's got some good meds, bro. You go back a few years ago when she was losing her mind. That next season, bro, she came cool and calm and collected. And by the way, don't you also think Sutton is on Erica's medication too, bro? Because Sutton is just like Eric now. Never loses her mind, never making little passive-aggressive comments. No, dude, Sutton's like, no, I want to be friends with Amanda, blah, blah. You're like, okay, whatever. Charlie Sheen's Netflix tell-all special. Bro, this is going to be insane. It features Denise Richards, Sean Penn. Yes, nothing off limits. I've already seen a couple of the episodes. It is awesome TV. You get to hear about literally everything in the 80s and the 90s. Oh, my God, it's amazing. Wedding Crashers. So the fallout from Alexia Umansky, Kyle, and Mo is the talk of Beverly Hills. Dorit, was Dorit rude, or was she set up? Teddy Mellencamp claims Dorit was loud and videotaping everything, while Dorit says she was ignored by the entire Fox Force 5, like the whole cast. Basically, everybody ignored Dorit, and all she was like filmed the whole time, being loud. Like, bro, I don't know what's up with this chick. She needs Erica and Sutton's meds. Dorit needs meds, bro, and she'll be better, man. She'll be better. Oh my God, it's 8:05 already. Oh my God. Okay. Two more things. The Olympic girth scandal lives on. We're still talking about the ski jumpers. You guys remember that the male ski jumpers literally put fillers in their pants right here where their junk is at to make them, I swear to God, more aerodynamic. I swear on my life. Yes. So listen. An Italian surgeon finally spoke out this week, refusing to name names, but confirming he's done thousands, listen to me, thousands of these enhancing procedures. Did you hear me? Thousands. By the way, just on the same page, I have not had the procedure. So if you ever see me wearing like tight biker shorts, you're not going to see really anything there because I am not one of those thousands that have been worked on by the Italian surgeon. And the last story, the Ice Brothers, William and Harry are colder than ever, bro. William is not pushing for a reunion and finds a Sussex recent global activities intolerable. William is going to fry his bro. Fry him, bro. Oh my God. It's insane. What'd you guys think of today? Best freaking show you've ever seen? You guys want to get in touch with us? accountingplusaccountability.com. Speak with Aaron. Best show you've ever. You guys hear me say it all the time. If you guys think we talk about here is hard or you think it's easy, you're right. Okay. Here's the deal. Just don't work in your business. Make sure you spend time minding your own business. All right, my beautiful peeps, you got the news, you got the tips and tricks. Now go own this day. My name is Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you know what time it is. It's time to get to work. Come on, kapow.